Give a little time for the child within you. Don't be afraid to be young and free. Undo the locks and throw away the keys and take off your shoes and socks and run you.
It's Jordan Jesse Go. I am Jesse Thorne, America's radio sweetheart.
Jordan Morris, boy detective.
The final day of the MaxFunDrive is upon us, and we are joined by perhaps our oldest MaxFun pal from Stop Podcasting Yourself, Dave Shumka. Our oldest friendship, David.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, of course. I'm only 19.
Yeah. That's why you have that tight bod, Dave.
My tight bod, just a lot of questions about what's going on with my bod.
Hold on, is this why I've been buying you beer constantly?
Yeah, but I haven't been wanting to let on, but I am 19. But I am one of the oldest friendships in the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You met me when you were 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I was 2. Wait, what were you?
Yeah.
We were there in the delivery room with your mom as she pushed you out. We brought you into the world. And
Yeah,
we'll take you out of it.
In 2004, I was born the same year as Napoleon Dynamite. No, wait, that's 2006. I'd be 19. Oh God, what came out that year? Ooh, SWAT with Colin Farrell.
Yes, you're a SWAT baby. Listen, a lot of couples.
So many people
went to
had
see
sex
SWAT.
9 months before SWAT in anticipation of SWAT.
Oh, Jesse,
and then gave birth at SWAT.
Your premise is they got horny from seeing the trailer to SWAT.
The teaser trailer, yeah, not even the full trailer.
Teaser. Wow, yeah, the teaser. I mean, talk about a teaser, right?
Yeah, they were like, "Ooh, honey, let's go home and do some special weapons and tactics."
Sure.
Are you boys having a fun Maximum Fun Drive?
Oh, nothing but good times here. We've been having a great time doing these live streams. We've had a lot of great folks from the greater Max Fun world joining us to share their favorite Reddits with us. We've shared a few favorite Reddits. We never even got Jordan to r/dioramas.
Oh my God. What?
Next year, I guess we're gonna have to do r/dioramas.
Yeah.
Maybe a spontaneous live stream sometime. But yeah, we've been having a fantastic time. We just heard from Steven that Jordan Jesse Go is up to 1,320 new and upgrading members. So thank you everybody out there who has joined Max Fun, upgraded your membership, so on and so forth. If you haven't yet and you're listening to this or watching this on the live stream, this is the very end of the Max Fun Drive. So I am just going to straight up say, I think you should join Max Fun, and I think you should do it now at MaximumFun.org/join. I think it will feel great, and you'll support our program, and we'll like you better.
Dave, part of our pledge drive bonus content stuff is accumulating episodes of Alex Inc. to watch.
Right.
Alex Inc., of course, the terrible canceled after a season Zach Braff sitcom. What are y'all doing over at Spy, and will it be unpleasant for you?
No, we're not like torturing ourselves. We're just
interesting. So you like,
yeah.
Okay. So you like to do stuff that you like?
Well, for us, it's more of a grind. We put out bonus content. We put out 2 bonus episodes a month, all year round. So that's how we punish ourselves.
I have really been enjoying, David.
More.
I have really been enjoying your Rosie O'Donnell show.
Yeah, that was fun.
I mean, shout out to all the many other weird Stop Podcasting Yourself sub shows. The one where you open trading cards was one that I really enjoyed. But on the new Rosie O'Donnell show, what Dave and Graham do, Jordan, is they load up episodes of the Rosie O'Donnell show on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Rosie O'Donnell show theme song features a fresh couplet on every episode from Rosie O'Donnell singing a little rhyme about her guests on that day's show. And Dave and Graham do I'm going to go ahead and say it, an alarmingly good job at guessing what that couplet will be.
Yeah. So in the intro of every episode, you see, or there's like an audience member who tells you who the guests are going to be, and then they go through the theme song. And if it was like you guys, it would be like, "We're gonna get messy with Jordan and Jesse. It's the Rosie O'Donnell show."
Mm-hmm.
But it's my
It's
favorite
usually Regis.
Yeah, my favorite was the one that it was the Halloween episode, and it had Felicia Rashad and Gary Marshall. Oh, and Phil Collins.
Mm-hmm.
The Halloween episode. Oh, I bet they're gonna rhyme scary with Gary, like Gary Marshall. And we were right.
Mm-hmm. It was really beautiful, a really beautiful moment in
Beautiful
the
moment
history of
history
podcasting.
of paywalled podcasting.
How did that
Allie says,
start? Did you watch the Rosie O'Donnell show a bunch as a kid, or I mean, of course you're just 19, so that doesn't make sense with the joke we were doing. But
yeah, I did, as a matter of fact. And then it just occurred to us, oh, maybe we go look up the old look up the intros that are available on YouTube. Unfortunately, I don't know if we can ever do this episode again, because I think we found every intro on YouTube.
you're going to have to go to the Paley Center for Radio and Television
That's true.
and have them go in their
Find old
famous Rosie
beta
O'Donnell
tapes.
archive.
Yeah, the microfiche.
It's a bunch of DAT tapes with Rosie audio on them.
We have
Before we
been
see,
on-
yeah. Oh, sorry about the lag, folks. Before we see Dave's subreddit, which I'm fascinated to see, can I just share a quick update from one of the subreddits that I enjoy?
I'll allow it.
Thank you, Dave. So I have been spending a lot of time on r/Godzilla, a fun place to discuss Godzilla. And it's a really fun subreddit. Again, it's one of those where like the modern world never comes up. You can just enjoy Godzilla talk. Never gets too spicy. It is very like toy focused. It is very much like focused on action figures and their scale.
What
But
is
also
their
like
scale? Like 1/6?
I mean the
1/12?
various scales for various figures, and there's opinions as to what the best scale is. And of course the scale's on Godzilla himself. Good show. Anyway, so there's a lot of discussion of toys, but also a lot of discussion of Godzilla's eras. Godzilla, of course, has many eras. That's the way in which he is most like Taylor Swift. So he
The second most way. He used to date Harry Styles.
he did, yeah. A lot of boyfriends. Godzilla loves to love him and leave him. So there's a lot of discussions as to like which era of Godzilla is best and which era of Godzilla could like beat the other era in a fight. And so they're starting a bracket over on r/Godzilla. And it's like, oh, the original Godzilla or the Godzilla from the new movies and stuff like that. I was really thrilled to see that over on r/Godzilla in this bracket, they are officially including, and Steven, can we ready the graphic? The Godzilla that played basketball against Charles Barkley in those Nike commercials. The Godzilla wearing sport goggles.
Yeah, the James Worthy Godzilla.
So head on over to r/Godzilla and cast your vote as to whether or not the Godzilla who played basketball against Charles Barkley could beat the Godzilla from Fortnite, I guess. Anyway.
Allie in the comments is saying that there's a subreddit for women who want to date Godzilla. And by date, I presume she means something a little more blue, but we would never work blue.
Yeah, there is some spicy Godzilla content online.
I remember I used to listen to Tom Likas, the ribald disc jockey,
Mhm.
and I remember he would tell people how to have the most sex for the least money. That was Likas
Right.
101.
Yeah. We had that guy.
And I just remember someone called it and said, well, I've been dating this woman. And he goes, when you say dating, you mean porking?
Yeah.
All class. Hey, what's up? We've got weather on the 10s. It's Tom Likas, the ribald disc jockey. Who wants to bone Hillary Clinton?
Dave, are you typically a Reddit guy? What is your Reddit browsing habit?
Yeah, I'm a Reddit. I don't post. Oh God, no. Why would you post anything on the
No,
internet?
only psychos post. Only pure psychos post on Reddit.
I think the problem is I first signed up for Reddit to do an AMA on this very network, and one of the first MaxFunDrives, and so my Reddit name is my name, and I'm not like I don't want to post anything like an opinion anywhere with my name on it, God forbid. And I'm too lazy to have a second account. So I'm on Reddit. I'm lurking. I'm in a lot of the, of course, the Vancouver Canucks subreddit is a great place if you want hockey analysis, or also people being like, I just got this Pavel Bure jersey with an autograph on it. Anyone know whose autograph this is?
Whose autograph is this? Is like an absolute signature of a sports subreddit.
Literally,
Like,
that happens.
Nothing that sports fans love more than, that's left-handed reliever Craig Lefferts.
There's that phenomenon exists in the world of the comic book subreddit. There's a lot of, I found this comic book with a signature on it. Who is it? And it's like, well, it's maybe either the person who wrote it or drew it. Maybe start there. I mean, I guess sometimes, you get like the actor who played the character on TV to sign it. But yeah, no one seems to check as to whether or not it is the writer or the artist. Anyway.
In the baseball subreddit specifically, a really sad phenomenon that bums me out is people will post a signed baseball, like a team signed baseball with a bunch of signatures on it. And they'll say, oh, my grandma gave me this when I was a kid. Is this the, 1927 Yankees, or like, is this the, 1987 Red Sox? And then people will be identifying the signatures, and then someone will just say like, that's like a stamped souvenir ball that you would like buy at the concession stand, right? And then they didn't know, and they're really sad because they feel like their grandma tricked them.
The most deceptive family member I've always said.
I'm on that one a lot. I'm on, of course, power washing porn, where you just see people before and after they power washed something. And then the IKEA subreddit is always good for
what goes down
issues.
on the IKEA subreddit. Okay.
It was like, I think I followed it during the pandemic, the start of the pandemic, and we were trying to find this loft bed for one of my children, and it was out of print, and they were gonna, I've seen it at this location. Oh, I've seen it on this continent. And then I just stuck with it, and you know what? It's just a good community.
Yeah, I feel the same way, Dave, about r/Costco. Just plain good folks. They're there to say that you should always put your cart into a cart corral after you're done shopping. They're there to defend the hot dog, but bemoan the absence of the Polish.
Sure. What are their thoughts on the Costco guys and the Rizzler?
Can I tell you something? They have never come up. r/Costco may be unaware of the existence of the Costco guys. It is mind-blowing. There's no rizzling going on in r/Costco. I would love it.
No booms?
Whenever they opened,
no one's ranking things on a scale of 1 to 5 booms?
No one's like, hey, this guy calls it the double chunk chocolate cookie, but it's actually the double
chocolate chunk cookie?
Yeah, double chocolate chunk cookie.
I would love it if every time they opened a Costco, the Rizzler was there to rizzle it. Like he did to the New York Mets in the playoffs.
Yeah. What does that mean? He just does the face?
Yeah.
He does the face, and then the ribbon cuts itself.
Yeah.
Whoa, he can cut a ribbon.
Anyway,
Dave, what subreddit have you brought for us to look at today?
This is one I discovered while looking up. I forget. Anyway, I discovered it. It's it's r/Frasier_sleepers, and this is a subreddit for people who fall asleep watching Frasier.
oh yeah.
Okay.
This is huge. I have a friend who does this. In fact, Adam Lissagore has been a guest on this program. Our friend Adam Lissagore from You Look Nice Today, among other things, Lonely Sandwich. His wife Roxana, she grew up. I mean, this is not exactly a silly thing, anecdote, but her family are refugees from Peru. She grew up in a long series of motels, and they always had the motel TV on when they went to bed. And so she falls asleep to Frasier, specifically Frasier. Like sometimes other sitcoms, but Frasier is her number one sitcom to fall asleep to.
Well,
Jesse,
it's
I've done it
plot
myself. There's a Pluto TV channel that just streams Cheers and Frasier. And if I'm having a hard time getting to sleep, you throw that baby on, you conk right out. It works.
So a lot of the posts on this subreddit seem to be about, oh, I thought I was the only one. I can't believe there's so many of us who are falling asleep to Frasier. And then it varies from that to, don't you think Frasier's dad is too loud? Does he kind of wake you up sometimes?
Anybody else having a lot of dreams about Roz?
Anyway, do you want to pull up some posts? Is that what we do?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's take a look at a
what we
few
do.
of
Well,
your
the
favorite
first one,
posts.
I mean, I just mentioned I thought I was alone, but let's skip that one and go with the next post there. It's called Waking Frasier.
Uh-huh.
And this is one.
Wait,
Let me
is this an
read
art
this.
film?
Do you guys watch Frasier when you're awake also? I have been / still try to, but I have such a Pavlovian response to the theme song now, it makes me sleepy right away.
What did people answer?
I mean, yes, I do, but as background noise.
I have been wanting to awake watch some of the later seasons.
Awake watch.
What is the person who just very sincerely just wrote, by the way, Theater Kid 1 wrote, yes, it's a fantastic farce. They're in a production of Noises Off right now.
Right.
What
I was in Noises Off in high school.
Did you watch Frasier when it was on originally?
I watched it a little bit, but I think I resented it for winning every award every time when there were other good shows. And I think I also, it's a very good show, but I think I was always a little resentful of people talking about how smart it was, because it just didn't, like, it struck me as a good show, but like not smarter than other shows, just had pretentious characters. Like, it wasn't a pretentious show particularly, but like the fact that the characters were always swirling wine glasses made it a smart show.
Why? When did you realize you were a weird kid? Was it when you were like, "Hey, I'm the kid who doesn't like Frasier because it wins too many Emmy awards"? These should be going to Murphy Brown.
I'm a kid who keeps track of Emmy wins.
Dave, do you think I ever was under the impression that I was a normal child? Dave, I grew up in the hood. Can you imagine me in the inner city walking the streets in my purple velvet cap?
Yeah, that's true. What else was like award nominated at those times? I feel like Murphy Brown had a great run.
Maybe ER?
Seinfeld.
Sure, of course. But like, yeah, the stuff, like, I don't think Home Improvement was winning awards. That was the show of the people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you're just a regular
did
Joe.
win
You're a real Joe Lunchpail, Dave.
Right. It did win Best Grunts that one year.
Yeah. And it's a
Dave,
fantastic farce.
I have a question for Dave. I have a question for you. When did you realize you were an unusual child? Because you were hanging out watching Rosie O'Donnell.
Well, look, it was a daytime show,
Uh-huh.
and you can't be judged for what you watch in the daytime. That's
Okay.
you're homesick or at summer vacation. What are your options? I'm gonna watch Ghost Rider again. I mean, sure I will. I want to see that ghost solve those crimes. But there really there was very little TV for us at the time. Now everything's for kids.
That is
Even
true.
even movies that are supposed to be claimed to be for adults.
Mhm. Yeah, have
My
you
child-
watched the news lately? I mean, it's all about opening slime. You watch the 11 o'clock news. They're just opening and making slime.
The unboxing with Dave McElhatton.
Right.
Dave
Well,
McElhatton was the anchor
let's-
on Channel 5. What else have you got, Dave?
Let's pull up the next one here. It's someone asking, how do I listen to continuous Frasier episodes when traveling out of the country? Is there one long audio file of Frasier?
Wow.
I love this.
I don't care about pictures, just the sound. I found files of audio individual episodes. How do I play them in a row?
Dave, have you ever been?
So they're just people who need this. There's just people who are like, I will be an insomniac if I don't this is wild. I mean, this guy needs the Frasier.
Yeah, this is maybe a little troubling.
Dave, I know you're a sports fan. I know you're a big hockey fan. Have you ever been a radio sports guy?
Yeah,
Either sports talk or listening to broadcasts of games?
yeah, in my Rosie O'Donnell years, sure.
I
In my
mean,
teens.
I think that, like, for me, the equivalent of this is that I will fall asleep listening to the baseball game. And I have, an MLB subscription that allows me to listen to, like, yesterday's game. So if I'm going to take a nap and the game's not on, I will sometimes listen to yesterday's game because it's just interesting enough to me. And I recently learned that there is a podcast that is just an entire fictional baseball world. And the podcast is play-by-plays of games from that fictional baseball world that are designed specifically to be boring enough for you to fall asleep.
Wow.
Are the teams and players made up, or are they using actual teams and players?
The teams and players are made up, but they're consistent. Like, he's not like making them up on the spot. Like, it's a, Universal Baseball Association situation where it is a fully realized fictional world
Wow.
with storylines and whatever. But it's important to note, like, it is specifically designed to be boring. Like, even more so than baseball.
Than this?
Yeah.
That sounds great, Jess. I'm glad you found that.
Yeah. Thank you, David.
Dave, are there any other leans back, cool as a cucumber? Dave, are there any other Frasier posts we should look at before we
let's have
start talking about the drive?
I'll give you two more. This is probably a pretty common complaint amongst people watching trying to fall asleep to Frasier. This one is titled "Too Many Episodes with Fire Alarms."
Dave, you're talking about the chess one, Daphne smoking, and Niles' date at Frasier's?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, I guess when your show is essentially a farce, that's something I noticed coming from the theater. It's essentially a farce.
It's a fantastic
right. It's a fantastic farce in the grand tradition of the. I think it is like there's only so many farce things that can happen, and you're probably going back to Fire Alarm, at least a couple times in a show that goes on 9 seasons.
Well, yeah, and someone belittles this person saying "moi." I don't know if that's like a chef's kiss thing or if it is a wah wah wah. To be honest, in a series with more than 200 episodes, 3 is a laughable number.
It's fucking pathetic, if you ask me.
They should have done it more. They should have done more fire alarm plot lines.
These fucking dillweeds.
Fucking
Honestly,
dillweeds.
I think they're lazy. Frasier was lazy
Yeah.
for not having enough fire alarms.
We did a bit a little while ago on the show where because we had Emily Heller on, Emily Heller, noted Frasier super fan. We did a quiz of which of these descriptions is a real Frasier episode, and looking at the Frasier wiki, just kind of looking for these descriptions. Most of them start with "a dinner party goes awry when." Like that is how most Frasier episodes. Like if they do fire alarm a lot, they do a dinner party goes awry when 2 or 3 times a season. It's like their Treehouse of Horror. It just has to happen.
There were, in the comments there on that post about the fire alarms, someone identified at least 3 more episodes that had fire alarms in them. So that's a total of 6 fire alarm episodes for folks who would prefer me to do the arithmetic for them.
And then I have one more post just to round it out. This last post, it's just the title. Anyone tried Cheers?
Never heard of it.
No.
Yeah. And you think that would be better for sleeping because it's so, I mean, Frasier, they're drinking coffee. They're so stimulated. But Cheers,
Right.
you got
Yeah,
that dark
you're
wood.
hearing about coffee, and even hearing about coffee will keep you up.
Yeah.
I've been
Cheers, you're
watching-
drinking beer. The bar is so dark.
Yeah. I've been in season 3 or so, 2 and 3 of Cheers with my daughter who likes Cheers a lot. And Norm is so sad. I mean, obviously, like, if you take the like meta of his character and you're like, oh, he's just a sad alcoholic. Yes, he is. But like in the earlier seasons of the show, like bad shit is always happening to him. And he struggles to come back from it. Like later on, he's just like a charming guy that's a house painter and complains about his wife. But like in the early seasons, he's constantly like losing his job and like alienating his friends. I just feel like I would have social anxiety nightmares if I fell asleep to Cheers.
Yeah, I've never watched it. I'm more of a Frasier guy.
Got it. Okay. Well,
You know how you can tell somebody's a Frasier sleeper if when like they're sleeping, they're tossing and turning, going, toss salads, scrambled eggs, toss salads, scrambled eggs. Eddie, get off the couch. Anyway.
well,
the Max
Dave,
FunDrive.
thank you so much for coming on the Subdoms. You really domed some subs with us. We really appreciate it.
They call me Jersey Mike the way I dom these subs.
Uh-huh.
Dave,
if you're out there,
Jersey
this is,
Mike.
this is the last time we are going to ask you to join Maximum Fun. If you're listening on the feed, that means that like you are literally listening on Sunday, the last grace period day of the Max Fun Drive. If you're watching right now live and streaming, this is the final day of the drive. Every show on Maximum Fun, including ours, is supported by your memberships. It is an incredible honor to work for you. We are so grateful to every single member of Maximum Fun. Everybody who has been a member for a long time, everybody who signed up during this drive, everybody who's boosted and upgraded their memberships. If you're not already among their number, now is the time to do it, and we hope that you will. Go to MaximumFun.org/join. This is as I said, the very last moment, and so it is the time to do it. MaximumFun.org/join. There are all kinds of cool thank you gifts, and Dave mentioned they're making 2 bonus episodes a month. We've got 4, maybe even 5. We'll see episodes of Alex Inc. to recap, in addition to all the other podcasting themed content that we've got planned. So my hope is that you'll be a part of this and join us at MaximumFun.org/join. You all really rule. It's really great. You guys have anything to add?
No.
Yeah, Dave doesn't. I will add something briefly. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, I have been a part of a lot of entertainment products that appeal to a enthusiastic, small but enthusiastic group of weirdos that are entertainment products that are important to a small group of enthusiastic weirdos. And those things usually go away very quickly because, in the world of media, a small group of enthusiastic weirdos does not pay the bills, so the things have to go away. I am just so pleasantly baffled that we are still doing Jordan Jesse Go after all these years, because it is not a giant blockbuster. We're not doing Kristen Bell's husband numbers. We would need Kristen Bell's husband on this show to do those numbers.
He was in
genuinely
Without a
forget
Paddle.
his name. Sure, he was, and he's married to Kristen Bell, and he has a podcast where he goes there. He goes deep. It's not a normal interview show. So we don't have that, but we have a loyal group of enthusiastic weirdos, and because people join up, because people go to MaximumFun.org/join, we get to keep doing the show, and it's so cool. And I think of all my friends who do podcasts for giant mega corporations, and oftentimes their podcasts go away because they are not getting millions of listeners, and it's a shame. That's happened to a lot of friends of mine, and I feel bummed for them, and very happy for us that we still get to do our weirdo little show for freaks. So thank you very much to everybody who joins up. It's really, really cool, and we hope to be doing this show for years to come, and we can because of you.
And I want to say, Dave is here with us. And I said this when I was on Stop Podcasting Yourself, but I really mean it. Like, I have been such a huge fan of David Graham's work for so long. Like, I don't listen to a lot of comedy podcasts anymore because it's my job. I mostly listen to the baseball game and fall asleep, but I listen to Stop Podcasting Yourself every week. It is such a beacon of hilarious graciousness, and such a great time. And I'm a Max Fun member. I'm proud to support Stop Podcasting Yourself. I hope you'll become one like me by going to MaximumFun.org/join. Okay, that's all the subdoms and all the time for sincerity that we have. David, thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
It's
And I
been
just
a joy
want
to
to
see
say,
you.
I just want to say one thing. Daphne, if you're out there, please don't smoke. It's waking everyone up.
You're gonna set off the fire alarm. It's gonna make Eddie bark, and that's gonna wake people up even more.
Daphne is a listener. We'll talk to everybody next time. Bye.
Bye.
I'll hug you and kiss you and love you.
Love you.
Love you. Love you.
Love you.